It's easy for one to gush about how fluid and natural the combat feels in 2018's God of War, and how the game makes you feel like a powerful god that is not being held back by in-game systems, or how the Leviathan acts as a natural fit for Kratos' arsenal. But for all of its technical achievements, it is the story and interaction between characters that makes God of War one of my favorite games of all time. Hi, I'm R W McGrath, filmmaker and streamer, and for my side quest, I'll be talking about God of War. The sounds of distant horns, the ambient noise of a forest, and a female voice humming a lullaby greet you as you boot up the game. There's no opening boss battle that drops you right into the action. Kratos, a man who has had a life of lust, blood, violence, and anger, has finally caught up with him. The pain of the past haunts him every day, and now a single father, he must do everything he can to make sure his son Atreus is a survivor and not pay for the sins of his father, nor make the same ones Kratos did. Kratos, who tore apart Olympus and its Greek gods, now lives in the mountains. His wife has recently passed, and as we take control of Kratos, we must chop down a tree and take it back to his cabin so that he may cremate his wife. It is character moments like this, we're teaching Atreus how to hunt, we're disciplining him, that bring forth the father-son relationship in both Kratos and Atreus' characters. Typically, these type of moments were glossed over or entirely skipped in games. Whether it is a book, movie, video game, it is tough to get an audience to deeply care about a character. It is even tougher to make the audience dislike a character, but by the end of that story, they end up liking that character. This was my journey with Atreus. At first I felt bad for him. He was young, and he had just lost his mother. But as that story progressed, and he learns that he is a god, he becomes a brat. But what person or kid would not be a brat learning that they were a god? I can't imagine what type of terror I would be. Atreus has such a great arc that you end up liking him by the end of the journey, but it's not with a turbulent relationship along the way. Gameplay is important, but not at the sacrifice of the story. And God of War knows this and provides not only a fun and enjoyable game, but an amazingly crafted story, just as great as anything written by Cormac McCarthy. Just as the game opens with subtle character moments, it ends in a similar and appropriate fashion. There are far too few games that will sacrifice story for gameplay. God of War provides great gameplay and is not afraid to tell a great story. Thank you to Jeff and Matt for letting me do this. This is R W McGrath, and happy gaming.